Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming. This is another episode of Wireframe, and today we're going to be talking about some new awful UX. Admittedly, I wasn't planning on having a show here today because it is Friday and I was going to get some side work done, but you know what? LinkedIn just kind of said, hold my beer, and decided that it would be a really good opportunity for us to see some really deceptive patterns. So I want to kind of set the stage a little bit based on some of the comments that I read in this post that I'm about to share with you. I want you to imagine that you are a PM of some sort at a company, and you get a message from your manager that asks you, hey, are you suggesting that we upgrade our Atlassian seats for some reason? And you're looking at him going, no, I didn't say anything about that. Well, imagine that then he or she forwards you an email that kind of claims that you did. And that's going to be a little weird, right? Like if you never had this consideration of trying to upgrade your seats in Atlassian for some particular feature, this is going to look a little weird. And that's exactly what happened to this person. So I'm going to show you the post over here, and basically, this, again, was a day ago, as you can see. It's very recent. And he says, so Atlassian is impersonating their users to convince organization managers to pay for their new product release. This is a new level of shady dark UX. I never wrote that text. Wow. Look at that rhyme at the end. That's beautiful, right? No, I'm just kidding. So you could see here what the email that his manager actually received says. It says that he said that he wants the manager to start your Jira product discovery, and explains what the Jira product discovery and prioritization tool linking your business to software products, and to start for free. Like, okay. So if you find this post, which I won't link to because I don't want it to, be as blown up as it probably is right now. It has 344 people engaging with it already and 59 comments. And I did repost it as well, so you could find it on my profile if you like. But if you read the comments in there, in the original post, there's a distinguished, I think, product manager. Let me make a peek here. Yeah, distinguished product manager at Atlassian who is trying to do damage control in this thread and failing very miserably because they claim that this wasn't the intent. And you go, hold on a second, how did this whole feature of upselling get over to the user, right? Like, this isn't some intern that decided that this would be a good idea to try, right? There had to have been several people involved, several areas of checks and balances to approve for it to finally wind up in these inboxes, right? And some of the comments in the reply for that person are pretty serious, right? I mean, impersonation is a huge problem that we're even seeing just in the realm of AI right now, right? With images that are showing off weird scenarios for people. Like, that in and of itself is really hard. This is just text. This is stuff that, admittedly, any bad actor could have been doing, to, game the system or do nefarious activities. And here we have Atlassian, a company that we've trusted for our software products, now trying to get more money effectively by impersonating real people in their data, right? So imagine this. Imagine if you are in Figma, right? You have an account in Figma, and your manager gets an email from you that says, hey, can you update the Figma license such that we can get dev mode, right? Like, imagine how awful that would be, you know, especially in the case that is introduced a little bit later in these comments, because there are additional ramifications, right? There's legal ramifications about this, but also potential career damage to the person who they're impersonating, right? Because now this person, on behalf of, you know, Atlassian or the bad actor, they could be subjected to like scrutiny and investigation. Like, why did you send this? You know, what are you doing, etc. What other things are you sending around, right? When this person didn't do that, right? So this is awful. This is more than deceptive, right? This is another level above that kind of stuff. And I don't know how Atlassian is going to, you know, respond to this, if we're even going to see a response past this thread, because I don't know what they were thinking. But we're seeing more and more experiments out there that are becoming more and more deceptive, right? And this, I think, crosses a line, certainly, right? There's deceptive patterns of, you know, UX things that are like, oh, this is really annoying, or, you know, this is like a bait and switch kind of thing, you know, that kind of stuff that happens. But this, where it's affecting potentially a person's livelihood, that's another level of low that I never considered that we would ever get to, but here we are. So protect yourself out there. I don't know how yet, because this is so new. I haven't even considered how you might even protect yourself from this kind of behavior, but be on the lookout for it. Because unfortunately, because large companies like this have done it, smaller companies are going to look at this and go, ooh, we could do that too, potentially, and not, you know, feel any ramifications, because we're already seeing that kind of stuff through accessibility, but poor practices. We're seeing that through, you know, vibe designing and vibe coding with security flaws over the place, right? We're just seeing MVPs left, right, and center. And now we're trying to just shove these MVPs down people's throats in any way possible. And that's not good. So anyway, sorry to end on a awful note this week. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. A couple of events that are coming up next week, which I will definitely have a couple of shows next week to kind of prep for. Yeah, enjoy the weekend. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Play nice in there, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you.